Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how I made the granny squares for my cardigan sweater. I have recorded this previously using the same black yarn that I used to make it, but it didn't really show up very well in the video because it's such a dark color and it's quite small, thin yarn. So to start off with, obviously we need a slip knot. So the way I do that is I make a loop here and then pull up through the loop and then tighten it. And to start off with, we're going to chain 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to slip stitch it into a ring. Oops. So we yarn over and we pull through both loops. And we have a little ring. We are going to chain 2 to bring our up to the level of a double crochet. And normally I think this is 3 chains, but in this book that I used for the granny square pattern, it's always chain 2 to go to your next row. And this is going to count as our first double crochet. So for the first row, we're going to make 4 groups of 3 double crochets separated by 3 chains. So here we're going to do 2 additional double crochets. So 1, we yarn over, put it through our ring, pull up a loop, and we pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you can see that that counts as our 3 double crochets there. And then we're going to chain 3. And now we're going to do 3 double crochets. So we yarn over, pull a loop through the ring, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull a loop through 2, and a loop through 2, and 1 more, pull through 2, and 2, and then we're going to chain 3 again, and then we're going to do our yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop through the ring, pull a loop through 2 loops, pull through 2, and 1 more time. Okay, so now we have 3. We're going to chain 3 again. And we're going to do our last group of 3 double crochets. Sorry for that noise. It's I just have my yarn ball in a container that it's feeding out of, and it didn't realize how noisy it was. Okay, and then we're going to chain 3 again to make our last corner, and we're going to slip stitch into our second chain here to connect our first row. And to go to the second row, we always want to start in the corner. So to get to the corner, we're just going to slip stitch in these stitches and then slip stitch into the ring. So now our yarn is located in the ring. Okay, to start the second row, we're going to again chain 2, and this counts as our first double crochet. And what we're going to do on this row is in each of the holes where we did our chain 3, we're going to put 2 groups of 3 double crochets with 3 chains in between to make the corners. Where it's not a corner, only 1 chain goes in between the groups of double crochets. So I'll just demonstrate. We have double crochet. So that counts as our 3 because our chains count as the first one. and we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do another 3 in this corner. Okay, now this is not a corner, this is a side, so we're only going to chain 1, and we're going to go into our next hole and do 3 double crochets. And then we're going to chain 3 and do 3 more double crochets here. Okay, so you can see we have this corner and this corner, and we're going to do a chain 1 again because we're on the side, and we're going to go in this corner and do 3 double crochet, and we're going to chain 3 to make the corner, and 3 double crochet, okay, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 3 double crochet again, chain 3 on the corner, and this is a side again, so we're only going to chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch to our chain, and we're going to slip stitch to the corner again, and then we're ready to start our next row. Granny squares can be as small or as large as you want to make them. You can do it with 2 rows like this. The ones I used for the cardigan, I did 4 rows. And from here on out, every row you're going to follow the pattern that you did on the second row. So if we go, we're going to chain 2 here. We're going to do the 2 double crochet to make the 3 in the first one, since the chains count as 1. And we're going to chain 3 for the corner, and we're going to do 3 double crochets here, and we're going to chain 1. Now on this one on the side, we're only going to do 1 group of 3 double crochet, because we're not trying to make a corner. We're going to chain 1 and do our next corner. So that's 3 double crochets, 3 chains, 3 double crochets. And on the side, we just do the 1 group of 3 double crochets, so I'm not going to finish, but you see how this this would go. You can just make it as big as you want. You can make a whole afghan out of just 1 granny square. Just make it as big as you want. You can change colors between every row. I'll include a photo of one that I did just alternating two colors that I did with 4 rows. But they're very versatile. You can use granny squares for lots and lots of different applications. If you just want little pieces of fabric, crocheted fabric to fill in certain spaces or what have you. Anyway, I really enjoyed making my granny square cardigan. The best thing to me about doing something out of granny squares is that you don't have to like carry a whole lot of materials with you to work on a project here and there. You can just bring one ball of yarn and your hook, and you can sit whenever you have time. If you're, riding a bus, or if you're waiting for an appointment or whatever, you can just pull it out, make you a little granny square. Making one of my 4-row granny squares that I used for the cardigan took me between 10 and 15 minutes, depending on how fast I was going. And it's just really convenient to have a mobile sort of project to take where you want to go.